along the wheels, sparkles real.
I'm Jerry Hancock, and I'm a musician. Unlike a lot of people who start playing music when they're little, I did not. I used to go see lots of rock and roll shows in Detroit. Just after a while I decided, man, instead of going to see shows, I would rather be on stage instead of in the audience. Then I decided, all right, well, guitar's got 6 strings, bass has only got 4, so I thought that's a good place to start. So I bought a bass, and luckily I liked it. Right away after buying a bass, some friends of mine are like, oh man, you got a bass, you should come play with us. I'd only get together with them once in a while, but it was enough to encourage me to keep going. And then I formed a band with my cousins, played lots of shows, not really for money, just for fun. And then that got me going to where I really wanted to play in better bands. And I decided to move to Ann Arbor. Then I found some guys who played the kind of music that I liked. So I joined this band called Corn Daddy, and I'm still playing that band. We just recently played a 20th anniversary show, in fact. So since joining Corn Daddy, I've also been in this band called Paul's Big Radio for about the last 15 years. And during some of the lulls of activity in those bands, I played in some other ones. One was called the J Treaty. Another one was called the Laurels of Bedford. So currently I'm in 4 bands. Corn Daddy, which I consider to be my main band, has been around for 20 years. That's a country rock band. Paul's Big Radio, which has been around for about 15 years, is a rock and roll band. We've actually put out 3 records in Corn Daddy, 5 records in Paul's Big Radio. And then I have an Irish band that's called Kevin and the Glenlevins. The Glenlevins have been together about 5 years. And then I just recently started a new band that is a surf instrumental band called the Vicissitones. So this is my band room. This is where I practice. I don't actually play with a band here. This is just my practice space where I keep all my equipment and my basses. Over the years I have acquired quite a few basses, and I've owned many more than I own now. So I currently have about 15 basses. That sounds kind of crazy, but they are different. They have served different purposes, and because I play in multiple bands, I actually use all the basses that I play fairly frequently. And you know, occasionally we get paid, not always, but usually. And so ever since I've been doing this, I always take my gig money and I reinvest it into my equipment, whether it be guitars or basses or PA equipment. That's another way that playing in bands has worked for the family, is that I don't spend family money on music. I use my gig money. Some of the things about being in a band and balancing a family and a job revolve around just being flexible enough and having a family that's supportive of me playing. The main thing is show up at practice prepared. So I practice at home a lot, so that when you do practice, it's very efficient, and we can get prepared for playing gigs so that we're kind of minimizing the amount of time, and it has me away from family.